Alright, so we finished in the first chapter. What we finished, the combining forms has got over. Introduction or some part of the, we told you about what is the root, suffix, everything. Then we did combining forms examples. We made you write. Now there's only the last two parts, suffixes and prefixes. Okay? Maybe around 10 minutes or so. So now we've been writing it, it's going to be a repetition again. Like the way I told you before, AC, AM, all means pertaining to. So what is cardiac? Pertaining to heart. Then neural, pertaining to nerves. Algia, dynia, D-Y-N-I-A. Right on, there only. D-Y-N-I-A. Okay, algia means pain. Arthralgia, pain of, what is arthro? Joints. Joint pain, pain of joints. Again, you should always write the same rules from suffixes to prefix. Neuralgia, pain of nerves, neuralgia. Sight means cell. See, all the three are there. We can say white blood cells, red blood cells, clotting cells. Easy? Scroll next. Ectomy means removal. Nephrectomy means removal of, what is nephro? Kidney. Right there, renal. Nephro and reno is same, renal. Alright? But here we're going to use, we don't say renectomy, we say nephrectomy. Sometimes you use the same word in a different terminologies, we're going to use it. Why? Don't know. Okay. Anemia means blood condition. Leukemia, here is a blood condition of white blood cells. Let me give an explanation here, some disease. What happens? What is the WBC for? For your defense. That is, in case there is some infection that happens, our WBC cells, what it will do? It will multiply and try to defend. It's around 10,000 average, okay? It can go up to 15,000 or 20,000. That is a little bit abnormal condition. That is known as leukocytosis. Understand first, I'm going to repeat this. Osis is an abnormal condition, okay? So, abnormal condition of WBC is known as leukocytosis. That is, there is an excess of WBC up to 11,000, 12,000, okay, but it becomes 15 to 20,000, then it is known as leukocytosis. Moderately excessive. Abnormal condition of WBC is known as leukocytosis. Whereas it becomes 1 lakh, then it is known as a cancerous condition, excessive. That is leukemia. Blood cancer, have you heard? So this is one of the conditions. Now for osis means what? Abnormal condition. Can we hear one more root for this? I told you a slang for your mind, I said. What is it? What is it used for your brain? What do you say? Another one? Mind? Psychosis? Abnormal condition of mind. So henceforth, don't tell psycho, say psychosis. Everybody with me? Till now? Fantastic. Okay. So coming back, genic means pertaining to. See, can you see in the words when they give explanation in a different context? It can be different one, like pertaining to, producing, or produced by, or producing. It can have all the three meanings according to the root, whichever or the suffix it can go. This is suffix, right? It can change. Example, carcinogenic means what? Pertaining to cancer. Cigarette smoke is carcinogenic. One more modern we can use, mobile phone. Is carcinogenic? Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Which is not there in those ages, but now it is. More than the cigarette, more than the alcohol is your cell phone. Okay, we should come up with cellogenic or mobilogenic. Mobilogenic. Okay, fine. Something like this. Pathogenic, pertaining to virus or a bacterium, is known as pathogenic. So we came up with a new terminology. can put that. Mobilogenic. Alright, next. Let's go. Let's run through this. Gram means stay there. Record. Iatrogenic is there on the top of the sheet. Remember that time actually pertaining to treatment. Iatrogenic. Sorry, here the genic means produced by. Produced by treatment. Iatrogenic. Remember there I told you that different word meanings are there. Iatrogenic means pertaining to or produced by. Here it is produced by treatment. Iatrogenic. Okay? During a treatment there can be a cross infection. During a hospital. That time we call iatrogenic. Means because of treatment it caused cross infection to happen. That is what it means here iatrogenic. Treatment. Produced by treatment. Alright, next. Record. Electroencephalogram. Remember EEG we spoke about. Record of electrical activity in brain. Of brain is known as electrogenic. Again IC, AL, everything is pertaining to. Now what is gastric? Pertaining to stomach. Neurological. Pertaining to nerve tissues. Then ion is a process. Excision. Process of cutting out. This is a repetition. Can you all understand this? Whenever you write excision, what should you write other two? Incision, section. IST is specialist, gynecologist, specialist in treating female reproductive organ. Alright? Itis is inflammation. What is cysto? That is site. Bladder. Inflammation of urinary bladder. Okay? Remember site and cyst is different. Cysto. Logy is study of endocrinology, study of endocrine glands. Remember the glands I told you about exocrine glands and endocrine glands? This is logy is study of it. Next. Tumor or a mass or a swelling, hepatoma. What is hepato? Hepat is liver. So, tumor of liver, hepatoma. Whereas a mass of blood is known as hematoma. Hematoma is blood. Here hepatoma is liver. Liver is got infected or it has become some benign condition. Oma is still a benign condition. It has not become carcinogenic. Right? It is not become cancerous condition. Okay? Like sarcomas. Biopsy, process of viewing living tissue. Biopsy. Right there only autopsy. Process of viewing dead tissue. Autopsy have you heard? For investigations, right? Biopsy is process of viewing living tissue. Process of viewing dead tissue is autopsy, biopsy. That time I was explaining to you about oocyst. Oocyst means abnormal condition. Nephrosis, abnormal condition of kidney. Nephrosis. Leukocytosis. Remember I told you that time slight increase of your WBCS I told you. Abnormal condition of white blood cells is leukocytosis. Leukocytosis. Okay? Abnormal condition of excessive WBC is leukocytosis. You got it? Now, what do you mean by pati? Oh, no, not that homeopathy. Okay, then I have more interesting to me. Pathy, or not that pathy, this is pathy, alright? Pathy means disease conditions. Now what is enteropathy? Disease condition of small intestine. Myopathy, disease condition of muscle tissue. Retinopathy, disease condition of retina. Then what is Sitapathy? Lakshmipathy.
Condition of Lakshmi.
Disease condition of Lakshmi. So technically in our local language, Pati means disease condition. Do you all agree? You never forget this, no? Could be. Maybe okay. So now adenopathy, disease condition of gland. Okay, we are coming to the last three parts of this suffixes. Scope means instrument. Endoscopes, process of viewing inside. Endoscope, remember they do this endoscope. Okay, endoscope is an instrument used to view within. Endo. The process becomes endoscopy. So this endoscope is as an instrument. Somebody uses this instrument to view inside, like endoscopy they do, right? To see what happened in the stomach and all. That is endoscopy. Make sense? PY, endoscopy. Whenever the Y is added to the suffix. Okay? Scope is just an instrument. Prognosis, I have told you state of, to know the status of an illness. Tommy, here is process of cutting, incision. Process of cutting, osteo is bone. Osteo is bone. Process of cutting into bone is known as osteotomy. Again, I have written stomy, ectomy, and the same thing. Gastroenterology, study of stomach and intestine. Don't just write one, you need to write both. Okay, you have to write both. Study of both stomach and intestine. I've written stomy also over here, like that is also a process of cutting out, but permanently keeping it out. Tracheostomy, where what happens, somebody is not able to breathe, they will leave an opening over here, that is known as tracheostomy. That is on the next level, but I have written it right now here. Okay? Continuously opened out. Next. So we go to the next section. Prefixes, this is the last part of it. In this chapter, a and an means no or without, like that we have. They have given a strange example of anemia. Anemia doesn't mean that does not have any blood at all. Okay, it is a condition of blood, okay, meaning lack of blood. It is lack of, not that they don't have blood, anemia, which here as a common happens, lack of blood here. Decreased number of erythrocytes. This is anemia. That's enough for you to do. Okay, hemoglobin that we're going to study in your RBCs and WBCs that time. Auto is self, doesn't mean that self you start cutting into yourself. No, this is I told you, studying of dead tissue, autopsy. Remember? What is, along with autopsy, what you will write? One more?
Biopsy.
Biopsy. Fantastic. Diagnosis is, that time I told you, process of complete knowledge is diagnosis. Endocrinologist is specialist in studying of endocrine gland is endocrinologist. These all is prefixes. We finished combining forms, we finished suffixes. Now we are studying some of the prefixes. Prefixes is going to be less. Okay? Epi means above. We spoke about this. Pertaining to above the stomach. Epidermis is on top layer. Pertaining to the top layer of skin is epidermis. Excision, we have spoken, process of cutting out. Exocrine glands is the glands that which secretes with the duct is known as exocrine glands. Hyper, excess. It can mean excess or above, more than normal. Any of these three meanings according to the word, alright? Like hyperglycemia. Emia is blood. Condition of excessive glucose is hyperglycemia. Sugar we call it as, right? So a blood condition of excessive glucose. We can write this down. Hyperglycemia. Blood condition of excessive glucose is hyperglycemia. When there is excess, there can be low. What is the opposite of hyper? Hypo. So what is hypoglycemia? Blood condition of less sugar. Less sugar. Alright? Hold on. Where am I? Okay, like up here. Hypoglycemics is pertaining to below the stomach is gastric. Hypoglycemia, just now explained to you. We good? Okay, scroll next. Okay, process of cutting into is incision. Peri means surrounding. So pericardium, pertaining to surrounding the heart, is known as pericardium. Sometimes there can be pericarditis, meaning inflammation of surrounding layer of the heart. Okay, there will be pericarditis. Structure surrounding the heart is pericardium. Prognosis is depression. Resection, process of cutting back. Retrocardia means back. Okay, retro, behind the heart. Retrocardia is behind the heart. Sub means below. What is subhepatic? Pertaining to below the liver. Hepato means liver. Pertaining to below liver. You're all able to understand? I'm not telling you're going to remember right away. You're able to understand till now? It doesn't matter whether you come from science background or not. I want to emphasize this, okay? As long as you have your mind open, you'll be able to learn this. Okay, next. In that only subhepatic over. Pertaining to below the liver is over. Trans is through. Pertaining to through the liver or across the liver is known as trans, like transcription. Remember, I spoke about yesterday in your RCM, transcription means transcribing through, right? Pertaining to that. Now this comes on, keep it there. Now this completes the first chapter, which had the introduction part of it, basic, like there are the rules and structure that is required. You will read that. Then we spoke about combining forms, and then we spoke about few suffixes and few prefixes. The last part is your exercises. Like word beginning are called prefix. I'm giving you some examples. Word endings are called suffix. Remaining, do yourself. Alright? Clear? Everybody ensure you go through these sections from beginning to now. This 15 minutes, 1 hour. I've gone a little bit slow here. With your section, if you go on about it and do these exercises, getting through your assessments and stuff is okay. We good? Thank you so much.